Hi guys, it's Kristy here, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd do a video on the new Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour products. So I have two of them here. I have the shade C4 for under my eyes and the sort of lighter concealer, and then I have the shade C13 as a contour shade. So I'm going to be trying both of those out today. This is a new launch by Makeup Revolution and I've heard that it's a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape. I've been hearing sort of murmurings of that. So I'm going to be testing it versus my Tarte Shape Tape today. I'll first of all read what it says on the website. I am on the tanbeauty.com website. And it says there are 18 shades ranging from fair to deep in cool, neutral and warm undertones, lightweight yet full coverage concealer to cover blemishes, even skin tone and counteract dark circles. So they do have 18 shades of this. They have quite a few light shades. The deeper shades were a bit poor, to be honest, especially for having 18 shades. I feel like they should have equaled them out a wee bit. So have a few lighter ones, a few medium ones, and then a few dark ones rather than having quite a lot of them really light. When I went to buy these, I got them off the Tan Beauty website. A lot of the lighter shades were sold out, so I had to go for this C4 shade. I would have preferably gone for a lighter shade, but it is meant for light skin tones with a neutral undertone. And the C13 shade literally just says a shade for everyone, so it didn't really give, you know, a cool, neutral or warm undertone for this specific one. These were £4 each, and then I did spend £2.95 on shipping as well. They took about a week to get to me, but they did get here today. I got home from work and my boyfriend said there was a package arrived, so I really wanted to film this video ASAP and let you guys see what I think of these. I am currently in my pajamas because I got home from work, I'm really tired, got into my jammies and had some dinner, and I was like, well, why not just have a PJ party with you guys and we'll try on some makeup together, and you know, yeah, maybe I can make a series out of it, you know, my PJ party where we try on makeup. But yes, forgive that my hair is sort of scraped back. I did take off my old foundation and reapply my foundation, and so I have a little bit of orange eyebrows where I left my eyebrows on. I couldn't get all the foundation out of those. So yeah, I'm working with it the way it is. So I am going to swatch the C4 shade against some of my other concealers that I have. So this is the Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade C4. This is the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Fair. This is my usual colour, so you can see that there's quite a big shade difference, and I'm going to be comparing it to this shade Fair in today's video, but we won't be comparing the colours, we'll just be comparing the formula. This is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 15. This is the Collection concealer in the shade 1 Fair, and this is the NYX Gotcha Covered concealer in the shade Ivory. So let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape under this eye and the Makeup Revolution concealer in the lighter colour on this eye, and then I'm just going to be using the contour shade around the perimeters of my face, really just to compare the formulas, really see if they are dupes of each other and see how the Makeup Revolution one works. So if you're interested in seeing that, just keep on watching. So I have literally just put on some foundation. I used a mix of my Tarte Amazonian Clay and my Clinique Even Better Skin, and I just mixed those together and just put on a quick layer of foundation. I do have my eyebrows on and a little bit of mascara, but other than that I have nothing else on. I did do my face a little bit darker in terms of the colour of my foundation, just because the concealer is a bit of a darker shade than I would have ideally gone for, just because the lighter shades were all sold out. So I just thought I would do my face a little bit darker just so I can really see how brightening this is and see how it would really work on me during the summer. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that shade C4 and just put it under my eye here. Oh, that's really about the same colour. Maybe a tad lighter, but it is a thick formula. Seems to be pretty high coverage there, but then I'm going to just take my Real Techniques sponge and blend this out. It is just damp. One thing that I was watching YouTube the other day, and I can't remember who I was watching, but they said that they learnt a trick from Nikki Tutorials, and it was to wash your sponge with hotel soap, and it really gets it super clean. And oh my god, I tried that, it so works, because I just usually use like my face wash or my hand wash or shampoo or whatever, but I did use a hotel soap that I had in my drawer and it made it so clean. Like, it's literally never been so clean since I bought it. So let's just blend this out a wee bit. And then I'm just going to bring it over my eyelid. So there it is there. So that went on really nicely. It has blended into my foundation and has basically matched the colour. I think it has a really, really nice finish. It's very smoothing. It's not too drying, but I can still see a little bit of purple right in here. So I'm just going to try adding just a touch more right in here. So that did bring it up and take away that purple, but I just noticed that it's emphasizing some of my wrinkles just right in here. I'm not sure if you can see there. But I will go ahead and try the Tarte Shape Tape on this side. It is a lighter colour, but we'll be able to see the difference in coverage, especially with just one go. So I pretty much put on the same amount. So you can see there they're slightly different colours, but you can just see that I had to go in with a wee second layer right in this corner here with the Makeup Revolution one, whereas with the Tarte I just went in with one layer and it's pretty much given me the same coverage. So you actually have to use less of the Tarte Shape Tape, which I think has resulted in my wrinkles looking a bit better. Like if I smile maybe. Yep, you can see if I smile there, this one's worse versus this one because it has a thinner layer of product on it. So I'll just fire this Makeup Revolution one just down my nose, a little bit on my head as well, and a little bit on my chin. So there you are there. I think it did add some extra coverage, but it has blended well into my foundation. It has a nice sort of matte finish, and it hasn't left any sort of weird demarcation between my foundation and the concealer. I don't necessarily think I'll need to set my under eye. It has dried down. Well, I guess I'm getting a little bit of transfer when I touch it, but I don't necessarily think you would have to set it. So if you don't like setting your makeup or you have really, really dry under eyes, then you wouldn't necessarily have to set this with a powder, but I will be doing that once I finish my contour. So to do my contour, I have the shade C13. I'm going to try to contour my cheekbones with this. A little bit on my forehead as well. I'm not really a fan of cream contouring. I just feel like powder is easier for me to control, so I'm just going to take the clean side of my Real Techniques sponge. Okay, so I feel like it's quite orange. It was a little bit hard to work with. It dried really quickly, so I think if you do order a darker shade of this to contour, like do one piece at a time. So just put few little dots on your cheek and then blend that out and then move on to your head. I think it was a mistake for me to put it all on and then try to blend out. It was kind of difficult to work with. I did have to do a lot of blending with my sponge, and I had to go in with the lighter concealer again just to brighten up this area, because this area got sort of muddy. So it is pretty intense right now, but I think once I powder my face and then I clean this up, it will look a bit nicer. I mean, it's definitely a sort of warmer contour than I'm used to. It'd be nice for whenever I'm really, really tan from being on holiday and things, but we'll see how it looks once I have powder on it. I'm just not a cream contour kind of person. I just find powder easier to control. You can kind of layer it and build it and, you know, get to the level that you want to and then stop, whereas cream contour, you're kind of like committed once you put it on your face. So I will go ahead and set this with powder now. I'm just using a mix of my Ben Nye Cameo Luxury Powder and my Ben Nye Neutral Set Colourless Powder. I just mix these together because it gives me the perfect sort of colour of powder. So I've just got my little velour puff here and I'm just going to set everything really, really well. So because I do have really oily skin, I let my whole face bake. I took a little bit over that contour just to tone it down a wee bit, but then I also sort of did a big slice here to carve out my cheekbones and really tidy up that sort of edge that was there. So I'll go ahead and put on a little bit of blush and a bit of highlight, and then I'll be right back. So for my blush, I just went in with the Milani Luminoso Baked Blush, and for my highlight I went in with this Kiko shadow. It's the number 16 High Pigment Wet and Dry Eyeshadow. So it's actually quite nice for highlight. What I'm going to do now is I put a bit of that concealer over my eyelids. So I'm going to try setting it with a little bit of powder and then blending eyeshadow over top. And I'll see which one works better, whether my Tarte Shape Tape works better or whether the Makeup Revolution one works better. I actually use the Tarte Shape Tape as an eyeshadow primer all the time. So it'll be interesting to see if they perform the same or if they perform differently. So I'm just taking a little bit of that same translucent powder and just setting everything. And the shadows I'm going to use today are from this little MAC set. It is the Amber x9 eyeshadow palette. I've had this for so long now, I should probably like throw it out. But I'm just going to take my fluffy Morphe brush and put down a quick transition. I'm just going to use this one here. I really need to do my nails. I do my nails at home, but I just haven't got around to it. And I just took that over the mobile eyelid as well. And then I'm just going to go in with this shade here and deepen up that crease a little bit. And finally, I'm just going to go in with this smaller fluffy brush from Keir Daily, and I'm just going to use this shade here and just stick that in the outer edge. So I just went ahead and added some eyeliner. This is the Laura Mercier Espresso eyeliner, and I topped up my mascara with some of the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, just to darken up those eyelashes again with all the powder that went on them. And I'll go ahead and dust off this bake and see how the whole thing's looking. So there we are there. I just added a bit of the NYX Slide On Glide On lip liner in the shade Bed Rose, so just that one there. I actually think the contour... actually quite nice. It's yeah, I actually think it's quite nice. I do think it's not cool toned enough for me to use as a contour on the daily. Maybe whenever I'm more tanned, I could use it as a sort of like almost like a bronzing liquid, but I think it's nice. It came up nice with the powder on top. Once I set my under eyes, I actually think that the Tarte Shape Tape and the Makeup Revolution concealer actually look more similar than before I set them. So they're both a wee bit dry, you know, just right in here, and whenever I smile it kind of leaves behind little sort of crepe marks, but I think they're pretty much the same as one another. I think the Makeup Revolution one is slightly worse, just right in here. I'm not sure if you can see, it is just slightly more wrinkled, but they're pretty much on par. The eyeshadows blended the same over both, so yeah, they're pretty much the same in that respect as well. I think if you're new to concealer or you're looking for a cheap dupe, the Makeup Revolution one is a really good option. But I think if you're really into your makeup and you notice like the finer details of higher end makeup, you know, there's just certain things about higher end makeup that can make them slightly better, and I think the Tarte one just pips the post because it has initial better coverage, so you have to put on less, so there's less chance of it wrinkling under the eye. And I just think overall the Makeup Revolution one is just a tad worse in terms of looking just a wee bit drier under the eye. But I think the contour is quite nice. It's just a little bit hard to sort of blend out, and it does dry quite quickly, so just be sure to move fast and only put on a little bit. I think I maybe put on too much. But I think, yeah, if you're looking for a cheap dupe and you're maybe new to the concealer game, this is a really good alternative. So anyway, I'll do a wear test of this tomorrow in work. I will wear the C4 shade under my eye and the contour shade as well, and I'll see how it lasts throughout the day in work, and I'll leave a comment in the description bar just to let you know how it wore throughout the day. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow me on all my other social media. I do have a Snapchat, a Twitter, an Instagram. They're all Kristy88J, and I also have a Facebook page. It is literally just Kristy J. I do update my Instagram the most, so if you want to get more updates from me, just go ahead and follow me on there. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and hit the little notification bell to receive a notification every time I upload. And hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!